What is up, guys? It is Simba here and welcome back to the channel. It has been quite a minute, but we're here for the Canadian Grand Prix round number 9 of the SLR season. And if you haven't seen the last video, which is Monaco, go check it out before you see this one. There was not a video for Baku, but I'm actually going to show you some key highlights that happened during that race. You could beat Levy King. I know it. Everyone's X'd on my screen. Oh no. No. No, don't disconnect again. Oh, I've disconnected. So, as you can see here, we disconnected on the formation lap, and we've disconnected with 4 laps to go. But we managed to get back in the lobby again, and we end up finishing P5. Like, honestly, I don't even know what to do anymore. This is just a shit show. And you can hear my feelings there at the end of the race. And this one was really painful because we could have got pole position in this race. You see, we started second. And I felt like we had the pace to win the race, but instead it's P5. Quattro and Levy King win the first 2 places, and it's more dropped points from Monaco, and that is really painful. We're 34 points behind Levy King in the Drivers' Championship after 8 races. So we've got some work to do. The last 2 races have been very, very painful. Monaco, we had no pace, and this one, we could have won the race in Baku. And we're 3rd in the Constructors as well, so we need a response. And it started qualifying for the Canadian Grand Prix, and you've probably read the title of this video, so yeah, it kind of spoils it a little bit, but you know what's coming. But here we go for Canada. It is not a pad track, it is one for the wheel, and yeah, I've tried to practice for this one quite a bit, but yeah, starting uni, starting my course as well, it's gonna cut the time for me being able to practice. We go right into the wall at the final chicane, and that is absolutely horrendous. Yeah. Oh, that was the worst run I've ever seen. That is the worst run you'll ever see in your lives. Oh my god. So you can hear my reaction there from the end of that lap. It was actually quite a decent lap, and then we just messed up the final chicane, which is very easy to do. But we get a new set of tyres on, and we go again for our second run of the session. We're currently P8, but we can go a lot quicker. I think my PB was like a 10.4 going into this race, so we've got pace, even though we're not the quickest. So we're going to try and show it. But as we go through turn 4, oh no, oh my god, what is going on with me at turn 3? I just can't do turn 3. It's horrendous. So you can hear that I'm not too happy with myself there. Turn 3 seems to be a problem, because if you saw there, we just completely missed the apex by like 5 miles. So for some reason we're struggling around that corner, and it's very hard to get it right, you know, on a controller as well. There's a lot of chicanes on this track, as you can see here. We're going towards the final chicane now, and yeah, we've managed to gain some time back on the final chicane, but this lap is not that good either. It's 11.1. Oh my god. So terrible. And you can hear I'm not happy. We are way off the pace. We're just not showing the confidence that we had during practice, and it's manifesting. It's becoming a bit of a problem. Qualifying was already, you know, if you're long-time viewers of the channel, it is not my strongest suit. And the last 2 races, we've not really had the luck on our side, and we're not really showing the confidence that we need to fight at the front. So we're improving by a 10.5 as we go through the final chicane. Oh my god, no. I can't be arsed. I hate this blooming track. And unfortunately, we made a mistake at the final chicane. We invalidate and we reluctantly roll over the line, as qualifying continues to be a recurring problem for us. If you're long-term viewers of the channel, you know that qualifying is not my strong suit. And yeah, that today has just shown that as well. It's P8, a second off the pace. And our race pace is normally quite strong, but I'm not feeling too confident. And I think starting on the hard tyre has made that even worse. So I wish I didn't start on the hards, but we're going to see if we can use the alternate strategy to propel ourselves up the order by the time the race is over. So here we go, lining up on the grid at the end of the formation lap. Let's see if we can turn things around, but we're going to need a bit of luck on our side. Alright, let's do it. Van Dorn's off his grid slot, so we could jump him here. So you heard me say there, Van Dorn has messed up his parking as we're going to get ready for the Canadian Grand Prix. And we are underway in Montreal. Never mind. Oh my god. Right, no, so let's not do that then. Oh, for God's sake. Again, this guy. I don't know why he's going around my outside when he's got a damaged front wing. Oh well. Each to their own. Alright, we've survived at least.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now.
Yeah, no damage. We're good. Right, trying to keep it clean and not get any penalties. Right, we're back to where we started. Van Dorn's going to pit as well. Yeah, so Van Dorn, I think he's going to pit. Yeah, Corliss, I feel you, man. Of course it's this blooming idiot. You just couldn't write it, could you? Right, first lap done. No warnings. Right, let's try and catch up with Merckx and Wrigley. So, end of the first lap. A lot's happened there, and I let the live version of me take over on comms because there was a lot going on, and I don't think I'd be able to keep up with what I'm saying back on stream. So, check out my Twitch if you haven't already. I stream these races live. But the thing with Van Dorn, don't even worry about it. It's kind of my fault. If you rewind it and watch it back, you'll see that I kind of just turned it to the side of him. So it's not really his fault. But we've gained a place. We're up to P7. No warnings at the moment. And you can hear me say in the background, we are going to lose out on the straights because DRS has been enabled and we'll just bleed time on the main straights as Ellis has retired and that's triggered a VSC. Look at that, Riggs has got a penalty already. This is what I mean. Very easy to get warnings around here. Oh, we've got a safety car. Oh, hello.
Okay, slow down.
So, we have a safety car on lap 3 and it comes in at the end of lap 6. My reaction when the safety cars are deployed says a lot. But we're going to get going very, very shortly. Currently P7. We just want to keep up with the medium runners. That is kind of the main priority right now as we are underway in Canada on lap 6. Riggsy has a penalty and that is a crucial thing in this race. It's very easy to get time penalties around this track. This track is one of the worst tracks for track limits as Merckx goes wide through turn 2. We try and get a better drive, but these hard tyres aren't really up to temperature, and we stay behind him for the time being through turn 3 and 4. He doesn't get the best run. We get a better run, and we're going to see if we can challenge him going into turn 6, I believe. No, we can't really challenge him there, so we've had the chance to pass him, but yeah, we just want to keep behind the medium runners. We just want to stay within the DRS train because therefore our strategy will be a lot more effective when we put the mediums on. You can overtake people. Yeah, I know. I just don't want to. We can't afford damage to the car.
Okay, you're dropping a few tenths per lap to the car ahead. They're just edging away.
So you can hear me there reading out the chat to replying to Coolest. He's saying you can overtake people. But I said that, you know, we can't risk damage, you know. We just want to stay where we are. It's a long race, and there you go. We got our first warning for track limits. And after 10 laps, that's actually quite decent. So we've done quite well in terms of, you know, keeping on the track in the early stages of the race. But now we've entered the first third, and we've got a warning. So a little warning shot there for us for the rest of the race. We've still got 25 laps to go. It's a very long race here in Canada, and unfortunately for us as well, I think you heard me in the background, we've fallen out of DRS, and our ERS management is not looking great. We've only got 20% around there as well, and the safety car came in like 4 laps ago, and now we're going to let Zach through. You can hear me saying we're not going to fight him at all, and yeah, he's got DRS and he's ahead of us, and yeah, it just shows that the medium tyre are the better tyre at this stage of the race.
Keep on him, he might make a mistake.
We'll let him drag us along.
And you can hear me say there, we're going to let him drag us along with the other medium runners, but as we start lap 11, we get a second warning. We've just cut that corner absolutely horrendously there. It's a blatant warning, and now we're on a tightrope, and now we're going to have to do 24 laps around Canada without getting another warning. So we're guaranteed to get a penalty in this race. This is not a track for the controller, but we're going to keep pushing. No excuses. We've still got a long way to go, so anything can happen, but lap 12, the pace just isn't happening on these tyres.
I don't know where the pace is. It's just not there on these hard tyres. It's terrible.
And there you go. We're not comfortable on these hard tyres. We're not really showing any sorts of pace. We're just losing time to the cars ahead of us. And on lap 13, the dreaded penalty arrives.
Oh, fuck.
Penalty for that last incident, mate.
Ah,
Our gap to the car in front is
Great.
1.6 seconds.
this race is just going to be really long. I just have a feeling.
So unfortunately, we get our first penalty, and judging from the title, I'm going to tell you now, it's the first of many penalties. But meanwhile, we have to keep pushing as Zach's Beast makes a huge mistake out of the hairpin. We're going to use the ERS that we actually have, and we're going to get past the Mercedes. And look at that. There you go. We've made an overtake in today's video. Absolute dub. But we're going to see if we can hang on to P7. But we mess up the final chicane again, just like qualifying. And we're going to hand the place back to Zach. Well, that's Evo, actually, and Zach as well. And you can hear me not happy with myself in the background as we're side by side with the Mercedes driver going through turns 1 and 2. We've got the inside line for turn 2. There's a little bit of contact there, but we stay ahead.
Careful, we think you're going to start losing some tyre grip any time now.
Why is he keeping it around there, man?
So you saw there, he did repass us, but I didn't want to fight him, but that means we're last of the running cars as we make another mistake at turn 7. So this race is not going well at all. You know, we tried to gain a place and instead we've lost 2 places, and we are last of the running cars as race attendance is pretty low once again as we skip to lap 16. Nothing much is happening. We're just rolling around in P7 as we get another warning for track limits. I think that's my 5th warning of the Grand Prix, and you can see we've lost out to Evo and Merckx in front of us. They're 2 seconds ahead. But yes, Kevin GT and Zach's Beast have made their pit stops onto the hard compound tyres to the end of the race, but Kevin has 8 seconds of penalties, so we could try and beat him at the end of the race if we keep it clean, and never mind.
Oh my god. That is not needed.
And yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. That was not needed at all. 16 laps in, we've already got 6 seconds worth of penalties, and it is not looking great for us. I think we've got a few more warnings in between, cutting in between laps here. So we're up to P2, but it's on track, and it's, you know, we haven't made a pit stop yet. We're kind of just running around in no man's land as we get our 3rd penalty of the day.
That's game over, isn't it? Because we've got more penalties than anyone else. Honestly, man.
And you can hear the groan of frustration, and yeah, at this point we're kind of just writing off this entire race. This whole race is a write-off, really. With 9 seconds of penalties, I don't think I've gotten that many penalties in quite a while. And yeah, it's just not a good example of driving at all. We're not driving well at all. And yeah, lap 21, we are leading the Grand Prix, so that is a dub. You know, we can say that we've led a race, a lap in this race, but it's not going to be much as Quattro is right behind us with DRS, and we're not really in his race. So yeah, we're going to lead that one lap, you know, a lap of glory for us. And yeah, we're going to box on the medium tyres and see if we can make up any sort of ground towards the end of the race. But those 9 seconds are going to hurt us because, you know, when, realistically, we might be finishing, like, say, P5 on track, but we'll get demoted because of penalties. So we might as well just see what happens. Out in P9 ahead of Evo, who is currently last. So, yeah, it's not looking great. But we're going to see if we can push on as much as we can. As we got to lap 24, we have managed to catch up to Zach is Beast. As we make the worst overtaking opportunity there in the world.
Why did I go for that? That was not even an overtaking opportunity. What am I doing? Like, what am I genuinely doing?
As you can hear me say there, what am I doing? It's just really bad driving, honestly. As I'm going to show you the chat here. Sparks 15, my bro, is there, and Coolest is telling me, Brad, try and control your emotions. As you know, that I've had a few groans of frustration throughout this video, and you know, we're trying to stay calm as we get another penalty. And you could probably hear my frustration again. You know, we're not driving with our head in the game. Our head's gone, as they say in the SLR Discord. Head is definitely gone, and you can see it here as we're just using the ERS out of frustration to get past Zaki's Beast, and we get up to P7 and we don't even. Oh my god, this is horrendous driving. Honestly, it's so painful watching his back. We don't even make the corner at turn 8 to complete the move, but we're ahead, and yeah, this is just awful driving. So yeah, just get me to the end of this race already. 12 seconds of penalties, which is absolutely horrendous. We just overtake Mercs down the straight. So there's our first clean overtake of the entire race. We're up into P6 on track, but with the penalties, we're due to finish last. But yeah, a very bleak scenario for us here. Very bleak as we carry on getting warnings, and there's another penalty. And yeah, my reaction kind of says it all, really. 15 seconds worth of penalties. I'm pretty sure that's the amount of time you spend in the pit lane during a pit stop. As meanwhile, lap 30 now, Riggsy retires, and that is a safety car.
I can't do a thing. I can't do a thing about the penalties. I'm stuck with 15 seconds, so either way, we're going to finish last. But Kevin's got a drive-through.
So you can hear me telling my chat, there's something we can do about the penalties. They are not 5-second penalties where we can get them removed with 3 different pit stops. Those are genuine penalties. 15 warnings across the race.
We might not finish.
So average 2 a lap, really, which is pretty bad. But we are going to go racing, but we're not really racing for much. But the main thing is Kevin GT has a drive-through penalty, so that is race over for him. So we are going to finish ahead of someone who was fighting at the front here today. But we're going again for a 3-lap sprint towards the end of this very, very dreadful Canadian Grand Prix. We're right behind SLR Liam, who's had a good race, as we get another warning for track limits. It seems to be the norm at this point, but we're just going to see if we can push as much as possible and get past the Alpine. But even if we do pass him, you know, we're not really fighting for much. We're just trying to fight just to finish the race, really, as Levy King and Quattro are fighting for the lead once again. And again, just like Baku, we're not really there to fight for the winners. We're going to just send it up the inside for absolutely no reason. But Liam stays ahead anyway.
Right, okay. I'm not going to try anything stupid, alright? I've got way less penalties and I'm just holding him up, so I can't afford that.
And you can hear me say there, you know, there's no point passing Liam. We've got way more penalties, and that is probably the first time we've put our brain cells together in this entire race. So as we got to the last lap, finally, we're going to reach the end of the race. Thank God for that. As Quattro is going to win once again, his 2nd win in a row, his 3rd of the season. Levy King will finish 2nd, Liam 3rd. We're 4th on the road, but at the end of the day, it is P7. Yeah, that's it. It's over. We finished P7 here today, and this was a very, very painful race. No pace, a lot of penalties, and awful driving. Probably my worst league racing performance, probably ever. Yeah, I've never felt so powerless in a race before. So yeah, this is a really strange one. This is our third race in a row where we're off the podium after winning in Spain, and we're dropping more and more points in the championship. I can tell you now, Levy King was given a 10-second penalty for resetting to track after he had a spin at lap 17, but he still finishes ahead of us, so we're 36 points behind. But guys, a massive L. If you made it to the end of this video, you're a real one. But next up is Silverstone. I'm gonna try and do a lot better than this.